usually like in order to like venture into the new, you gotta trial and error. It's a bunch of trial and error. So it's not just like sometimes, especially when I was like early on, when I was like first starting out, it'd be like I'd make well, I like this is up for debate because it's a debate whether or not what is a trick and what's like a combo and what's like what deserves to
Okay.
be in the
It's a little
dictionary and
subjective, a little
what
objective.
deserves to be in the spin cyclopedia, what deserves to
Yeah.
be and so and so. So it's a little bit like I feel like I was making or at least doing new movements with the sign, like five different new movements every spin session I went to, like starting out. Now it's like you kind of plateau after a certain number of years of just doing constant, like I don't say innovation, but constant new tricks or new different variations of like already established work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, of course, I know the first, I think, advanced trick that I remember learning was chicken wing surprise, and it took me. I did it nonstop for 30 to 45 minutes of just trying to land chicken wing surprise, and it was. I mean, you calculate that it's like minimum 10 seconds at most per throw to chicken wing surprise setup. So like
Yeah.
times that over 30 minutes to 40 minutes, that's like a few hundred tries of like just attempting one trick, chicken wing surprise, and now I throw it out in any combo type thing as like a combo filler because it's like I have that established. Like I've probably done it maybe 10,000 times at this point.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's where you go in for the chicken wing. But then when you get to that point where I guess you could say you wing, that's where you release, right?
Yeah, and do I guess a skill saw mini toss behind your back around and grab it right here.
Mm.
See, I never counted it as like you do it with this hand and then you catch it with this hand. I always call that like that's like the training wheels for the chicken wing surprise because like if you can't do it one handed, you don't have it down in my opinion. Like you need to be able to just like float, like effortlessly toss it over and catch it in any way, uphand, overhand type deal. Because
Agreed.
each like positioning and flow is a different flow entirely when you catch it. So you can go for like an above throw, varial out, or you can literally skill saw it again from this position out and just keep that flow, that still flow state of the rotations and whatnot.
Hell yeah. I think that kind of eye for detail, especially in sign spinning, is important for judging because people just think it's just a catch, but without realizing that your catch can influence your next move or the next direction that you go in. I I saw an interview recently with Tony Hawk, and it kind of plays on what you were saying about plateauing, or even what you mentioned earlier. Like, I know you weren't at your physical peak 7 years ago, but come on, you should be able to still land that trick after 7 years
Yeah,
of practice, right? So,
yeah.
it would be comparable to Tony Hawk nailing the 900 once and then never doing it again. You know what I mean? Like now
Yeah.
it's just unlocked. You know what I mean? But outside of that, he was talking about a similar plateau effect, right? Once you practice the same tricks over and over again, it does seem like you might uh, be tapped out on creativity, I guess you could say. But I like his approach because he was saying as he gets older, obviously, falling on like a 20-foot half pipe is a lot more devastating at 50 than
Yeah.
it is at 25, you know?
Oh,
So that being said, he said that he's focusing more on the technical aspects in skating, like things that maybe only another skater would notice he's doing, right? Or going back to what you were saying with catching and releasing with the same hand. Uh, I like the metaphor you use with training wheels because sometimes people, when they'll try to like skill saw from a chicken wing in front of them, um, it's almost like you're just putting the sign from one hand into the other. You know what I mean? It's really
yeah.
easy that way.
I call those tech transfer skill saws because they don't really like leave your hand or like they don't really leave like the vicinity and they're like half rotations. Whereas like a normal skill saw is at least I'd say two rotations Like a good skill saw is at least 2 rotations, and then it comes back and you catch it. Whereas like tech transfers, anything like half a rotation or like one spin, like at least one spin or lower.